welcome today. Would you please start by introducing you and your daughter?
Yes, so my name is Anu Rajala-Erkut, and I come from Finland originally. And here's my daughter, Selma Erkut, and she's currently the student in ISH, International School of Hellerud.
This interview is going to focus about Selma's high school study choices. And Selma, would you tell us a little bit about what school have you picked and how is the process of moving schools?
Yes, so this year I have chosen that instead of continuing at ISH, so in the IB system, I'll be moving to a Danish gymnasium because I thought that if I really wanted more chances in my future, especially in terms of doing something that I'm really interested in, which is the performing arts, that choosing a school that is primarily Danish could help with possibilities close by. So, for example, in Denmark. So I have chosen my top choice is Sankt Annæ Gymnasium, which is a music and drama school, mostly music, here in Denmark.
Yep.
And yes, then the other two choices I have are still international schools, but I thought I would sort of just go for it this year and see what the Danish system could sort of offer me, and then go based off on that.
Selma, could you tell us what grade you are in, and after summer, what grade are you starting?
Yes, so right now I'm in 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And after summer, I will be going into 10th grade, but in the Danish system, that is the first year of high school.
Okay, yeah. And where is Sankt Annæ Gymnasium situated in Copenhagen?
Sankt Annæ Gymnasium is in Valby, and it has two different locations. So one of them is near Sjælør station, and then the other one is currently in the European school because the school is currently under renovation.
Okay. And is it only a high school or is it a full-fledged school? Like, is it also open for younger kids?
Yes, the school is in two parts. So they have both a high school, but they also have the normal folkeskolen, which is the sort of 0 to 9th grade.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's, if I'm correct, I think it starts from the third grade, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And there are entering exams because it's a music school. So the children go through the exams to get into that primary school.
Yeah.
And they start in the third grade.
Okay. So Selma, did you also have to take a test, or how is it? How is the process of application?
You can start from the autumn.
So, well, first of all, it's sort of good for the student already before time to sort of have an idea of what they want to do-ish. And what I wanted to do before was just something to do with music and performing arts and everything, but I actually only made this decision a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Like before it was time to sort of start looking at places. So in the autumn. But then during the application, I had to fill out this big form. It took time to write, but it was sort of exploring what you wanted to do. And it was sort of, again, letting you know sort of what you wanted to do, but it was also letting the school know about you.
Yeah.
So I had to fill out that, and it was like this big portfolio and put in all my interests and my experience.
And it's all in Danish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're applying to an international school, then it can be done in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, but coming back to your school, as in Sankt Annæ's, would be all in Danish. I mean, whosoever is applying. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was in Danish, and then after I sent that to my first priority through this big program, which is called optagelse.dk, which basically sort of generates the portfolio for you based on your school, and it sort of has an overview of your grades, and basically that program has all the guide you need for a gymnasium. And I just used that, and then I sent my things away, and
the application deadline was, I think, in the end of February.
Yeah.
So then everything
end of
has
February,
to be there.
Beginning of March.
Yes, yeah. There is one more thing which is quite important. When they are on the 9th grade, they all need to go through the big exam. And if they want to apply to Danish high schools, they need to pass that exam.
Okay.
And And in the international schools, it means that because there are different levels of Danish, so you need to be in the Danish language and literature.
So Danish A.
So Danish A.
That's the highest level, if I understand, in terms of
Exactly.
yeah, the levels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you are in that level, then you have possibilities to do the exam, and then you need to pass the exam because all the 9th graders in Denmark do the same exam.
So your grades from language and literature in Danish in the international schools were in a way accredited to the grades or the scenario for your application in Sankt Annæ Gymnasium. Is that what I understood correctly?
Yes, it's correct. And it goes through this whole process. So they take all of your average grades for each class, and they transfer all of them to the Danish system in the same program.
Okay.
And,
Right. And was there anything else like an open house, taster days? Do you have any information regarding that? Do you just share your experience on those two, taster days and the open houses, and how helpful were they?
Yes. Actually, you went to the taster days once. You went with the father, and then
those were open houses.
Those were open houses, exactly. And then you also went alone. Yeah. So actually then Selma,
I've gone to 2 different open houses in 2 different gymnasiums to get sort of an idea of where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then I went to one taster day where I just followed the class for an entire day and just saw what they did.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that both of those things, the taster day and the open house, they were a key factor in my decision for which gymnasium to apply to. Because it lets you sort of see the feeling in the high school. It also lets you see what they do, and then overall get information on like their curriculums and syllabuses and everything. And it's a really, really sort of really good thing to do if you're like, in doubt.
Yeah. But it was not overwhelming in any sense. It was just a normal day, and you just went with the flow and experienced and felt if you were to continue with this choice, this is how the coming 2 or 3 years are going to be like.
Definitely. And it was also the students were prepared to take in students who were going to open houses and taster days. So it was like everything was prepared for you, and you could just like go in and enjoy the day as you would as a normal student there.
Were there other students as well coming in and taking taster days, or how is it? I mean, I just want to make the sort of viewers understand that if they're sending, is it going to be just their child attending a taster day, or is it a bunch of kids coming on one particular day from different schools and coming and experiencing? How was it? I mean, did you meet other students from different schools, different Danish or international schools, or how was it?
Yeah, I mean, usually depending on the size of the school, they take in different groups of students coming in for taster days. Yeah. So when I went, there was, I think, 6 others with me.
Okay, yeah.
It was like, you get to meet people who are in the exact same situation, also looking at possibilities.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Is there a specific timing for these taster days, or it can be any day of the year?
I mean, it really just depends. I went to 2 different taster days, one at a completely different school. And in there, they gave one specific date and time. Yeah. But then for Sankt Annæ Gymnasium, they gave, you had like a big range of 2 months. And then you could pick whether you would want a Monday or a Thursday. Yeah, a Monday or Thursday. And then based on that, they would give you one of those days in any time of the week or any time of the month. Okay,
that's good to know. So then people can plan and pick, so they have those opportunities as well. And Anu, if you remember, when was the open house held? Because some families apparently just miss it, and then they feel, oh my God, they are a bit late. So if you can just put a little light and think on when was the open house? Is it a specific time for parents to watch out, or it can happen any time of the year?
It is mostly on January.
Okay.
Yes, maybe in February, but I think January quite often, so that then the students have still the time to prepare and start to do the application process.
Right.
And in Sankt Annæ Gymnasium, there's one nice thing that they, in January, they have a big musical that the whole high school is preparing.
Okay.
And that is mostly for of course, for the parents of the students.
Yeah.
But basically anybody can go there and see the musical that they are doing. They are composing all the songs, the music for the whole musical. They are singing there. They have a symphony orchestra, all different kind of bands, and they are also dancing, acting, everything.
Yeah.
So then you kind of then also get the idea what kind of a school it is.
Mm-hmm. And
so
if your child is there,
yeah,
then
exactly. So
you can actually picture.
Yes, exactly, like what they're doing, and also feel the whole community.
Yeah.
They are.
Well, I think it's wonderful to have that opportunity as well, and it's great. I'm sure you would have been there to see and feel, but I think it's really important. Not many people would know that high schools do have a different way of also presenting them and their curriculum in this way. Well, if there's anything that we would have missed, Selma, was there a test other than the Danish that you had to be in language and literature, because this high school is going to be in Danish? Was there any test that you had to take or qualify for before you got a spot?
For me personally, no, but it really depends on the person, because for example, if their grades aren't sort of above the average grade, and they might have to go in for an interview and just see sort of how they are. And the school can also get a feel of the person individually and see if they're really suited for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to take one, at least so far. But now we're just waiting on my June report card. And then based on that, they're going to see if I'm going to be called in for an interview or if I'm going to be accepted by default.
Okay. So grading and everything matters when you're being picked or you're being given a spot in the high school. So your grades and your Danish level, and above all, the interest in this particular field of arts and music and drama. So those are the three things, isn't it? Anu, you want to add something?
Yes, there are also some in this high school. What the teacher said when Selma started the application process, they said that the motivation letter is actually very important, and also the recommendation letters of the art teachers. For example, if you have an instrument or if you have done dance and acting, whatever. So you ask for recommendation letters, and those are also very important to this high school.
Okay. So it would go with the portfolio and the application process with whatever you've been doing and pursuing either at school or as extracurriculars that is required, and also to be good at that particular thing.
Yeah. And also just to overall have experience with what you're going to do. So for example, you wouldn't necessarily be applying for the music side if you have no experience with music whatsoever. So it's sort of like, you have to fit some criteria, but then it's also about the motivation.
Right. Well, wish you all the best. I'm glad it worked out the way, because I think this is the first start, isn't it, to get into the field and to get into the school or high school that you're looking forward to. So if you do that, I think first step is accomplished. Good luck, and thank you for your time today. Thanks, Anu, and thank you, Selma.